I've always thought it looked pretty good, and I'm pretty interested in trying it. Pretty much I just love all of these super good 2-drops and history. Feel like with those cards, as long as we hit our lands, I feel like we're just like a favorite in most game ones versus most decks. Most like non-big green decks, I guess. Probably have problems with like Stompy and Snake, but there's no guarantee that we'll ever hit our lands. There are a lot of lands in the deck, so just like this hand alone, I kind of just like feel like if we get runner, we'll probably win. I'm gonna play the Knight of Grace first because the history pumps this guy. So if he's gonna use a removal spell, I'd rather him get this one. Excuse me. And the usual, we missed our land drop again, so we're probably just dead again. This has been happening for 3 or 4 days now, and it's at this point about the most frustrating thing in the world. It doesn't even feel close to reasonable. Still feel like we have a really good hand. I could have not attacked with this, but I think there's just too high of a likelihood that this thing's going to die to try to leave it on defense. Maybe I'm supposed to leave it on defense. I'm not exactly sure. Just seems like it's so likely that it's going to die. Alright, well, we'll kill this one. Still feel like we have a good chance this game if we just draw our land. Almost pre-boarded for this deck too. There's not a lot I'm going to bring in out of the board. I'm going to bring in like the Cast Down and the Choop and the Doomfall and the Harvester, but not a whole lot. Take 5 in the air. If he's got a Murder Boat, gosh, that would be bad. 6 if he wants to pump it up. It looks like he's got a better play to play. Alright, well, that's cool. And by cool, I mean super annoying. It honestly just doesn't get much more annoying than that. I think I'm gonna bring in those bros as well. And dump these and these. I think I want everything else. The Angel might not be great, but I think I want one of them just as kind of like insurance. I don't really want both of them though, because like I think they play into Glorybringer and Chandra like really, really bad. If I had another card in my sideboard that I actively wanted, I might not even bring, or I might side it out. I have literally 1 black mana, and we have a card that I don't really want in all black spells, so I guess we're gonna mulligan. Alright, we'll leave random land on top. And it's not great. Sorry about keeping on clearing my throat, like I'm having a lot of throat problems for some reason. It's arguable that I could play that, but I'm really hoping to just like play this and him like Chain Whirler and we draw a land and Choop. It's like what I really just want to happen here. excuse me. Sneezing like crazy. Well, we didn't draw a land, so... Guess we could just target their hand, but that's probably too far behind because, you know, not drawing lands is fun. They might kill a knight this time. If they have a Chandra or something. If they're playing that, I'm assuming it just means Glorybringer. Feels like it has to mean Glorybringer. Yeah, if it's Glorybringer, I guess we're just going to hold the cast down and the Fatal Push back. It's pretty hard for them to be able to attack with the Hazard, so we can try to avoid it for a turn. If I'm wrong and they get to play a bunch, that's kind of sweet for them. I feel like I highly doubt I'm wrong, though. They just didn't have the tapped land, probably. There's the Glorybringer that we almost bet that he had. We like literally would have bet he had it. Hopefully he doesn't have more than one. The way he's played this hand, I wouldn't even be shocked if he had more than one. That's a good bro. So we're just dead to Glorybringer now. We're also dead to like a removal spell Hazard or something. I guess we're dead to any haste creature as well. He went through this really fast, so we're just dead. He wouldn't go through this stuff if he hadn't drawn exactly a burn spell. That's okay. There's too many draws that just kill us to leave blockers back. I'm pretty confident I'm supposed to just do what we did. We just didn't really get to play either game. It's a tilting way to lose around. I think that match is rather good for us. Chatting a little on the Facebook. Do the play. Lands on curve, please. Lost the dash row. Oh, look, more land problems. I keep telling people, and nobody believes me, that like Moto gets in these patterns and like nothing breaks these patterns. But anybody can watch this stream can just see that it has to be factual what I'm saying. Or I'm just the unluckiest human they are. This hand's not remotely playable, I'm just not willing to go to 5. Because I'm already on tilt. We're literally one match in and I'm on tilt. It's not because of the one match either, it's that it's been that exact thing for like 3 or 4 days in a row. This card's comically bad. Don't even care what they're playing, it's just comically bad. If they're playing like a GPG deck, then I guess it's reasonable, but like any GPG deck that's not, or that's playing blue-black is just bad. I'm just going to be rude today. I'm going to have fun and be rude. I don't care what our opponent's doing, it's just bad. That's a prime example of why it's just bad. I want to take the damage. Don't care if he's got a syncopate or something. Like, it means nothing to me if he does. Could have targeted his hand, but this little thing draws cards, so. Oh god, we actually get to try to play a 4-drop. Could have Supreme Will or another counterspell. Again, just don't care. None of that stuff. I don't care if he's just like one for running my thing. I'm still just running for its out. Anytime that I can. We actually get a spell out of this. We get a spell out of this. We have Fatal Push or a Choop, so. Neither of them are particularly good in this spot. Both of them can be usable later in games. I think I want to start playing cards differently and just minusing every single time I can get value. I think I'm actually going to uptick because we don't have a land. If we had a land, I wouldn't uptick. I brain farted for half a second there, and for some reason, like, this wasn't in my eyesight, or this was in my eyesight, and the card I was casting wasn't, and for half a second I thought I'd Fatal Push that Scarab God. Oh, I was livid. Yeah, well, maybe we should have just got the value when we could, but I do like hitting our lands. Also, I'm pretty fine with how this game state's going. So Champion of Wits is basically, I guess we don't want them to cast Liliana either. Trying to think of what cards we actually care about. It's kind of weird that they play that land because I assume they have to have Champion of Wits in their deck. Somebody private message me on Twitch if you can see the stream and you're typing and I don't see your type because I just don't see anything. I feel like at this point there's somebody here though. My tool tells me there's nobody here, which makes no sense to me. There's Null. Null always says hi. If you're one of my Facebook friends, you can message me on there too if you would rather. But I'm not seeing the chat at all. Okay, cool. I can see things. Thank you, the boys. That was like really weird because like I'm looking over here on my Twitch app and it's telling me there's like 0 viewers and I just tells me I'm offline in fact and I just don't believe that because my OBS says I'm not even dropping frames, so seems unreasonable to think that I'm not online. I really don't like Karn. Can I just cut Karn and like cut Karn and like cut the Angel from the main deck and just run like 3 of the 5 mana Black Saga? Is that crazy? Because that doesn't seem terrible to me. All happening in my head. Fair enough. Ah. Maybe I should have just slammed a 3-4. Probably not. I think having a contempt is pretty good. Alright, I'm definitely going to get this Knight of Grace back. It pumps up my bro, and they have problems killing it. Like 2 reasonable reasons to get the thing. They even have kind of problems blocking it sometimes. Hey Murph, what is up? A self-replicator. I don't know what that is, so I'm going to assume it's a random draft card. Yeah, so opponent's done. No more wanting to play. Alright, I think we want this. Argument for us to bring in to Forsake the Worldlies because they're good versus a lot of what our opponent does. Like, they're good versus Search for Ascantas, they're good versus Bloodfast. I don't know if he's playing those. Cast Down's good versus everything but Scarab usually. Huh, that card seems pretty good. I also won my Friday Night Magic, but there was only 4 people there, so, and I only went 2-1. We all went 2-1, I got there on breakers. We played 3 rounds. So, nothing special. I don't think I want the Angel Sanctions in this match. I actually think I want the Gonti too. Kinda want this thing. I don't think I want Duresses. Can probably shave a Fatal Push if I'm bringing in a Cast Down. I don't think I want to shave anything else, but I have to shave 2 more cards if I'm bringing in all this stuff. I want at least 5 ways to be able to turn off their thing on turn 2. I want all of that stuff. I'm just going to take out Delira's. They have Contempts anyway, and like anytime they Scarab got it, the game's probably over. We got Showdown packs because our store has lost all of their Friday Night Magic promos, like the old school ones, the Rivals ones. And one of the 4 of us hit a Gideon. That was about the best any of us done. Somebody hit a foil Winding Constrictor and a foil Cast Out as well, but it was a pretty mediocre night. Then I went and lost $60 at one of the funnest but worst poker games you can play. Like, the group of people are good. It's good. It's well paced. Like, most of them are like not complete ninnies, so like it's not that awful to play. But they let you buy in as cheap as like 10 big blinds, so like you can't really play. So they don't get to draw a card this turn, and there's a good chance that they're going to kill our Glint, which means we would probably get to kill their Glint, and I think we're fine with that overall. Just don't want to see a Champion of Wits here. Really want to be able to Doomfall this Glint. Wrecked. We'll have 5 ways in to kill these, because I think these are the only ways we can actually lose the game. So not having one of the ways is kind of sad. He missed land drop 2, so that just means he's got a million spells. And going to hit the land, of course. Drawing 2 cards a turn. Goodbye, friend. Third game we've played. Sorry, 4th game we've played. 3rd game that we've not been able to play our turn 4 land. Yeah, all my cards are about the same in value, so have at it. Took the Doomfall, which I find weird. Guess they're just hoping to slam Scarab next turn and it'd be good enough. Yeah, I guess it works if I don't hit a land. Maybe they just didn't want me targeting their hand. It's just something I would have done if I didn't draw the land. We're buried by multiple lands. Just have to press F6. Can't cast spells. Great. Can't even express how weird I think that is. Does that mean to have a fatal push? Or do they just not care about the Liliana? I guess they have a Fatal Push. I hate attacking here because the Champion of Wits is just turned on now. All they have to do is have like random land number 1. But what am I supposed to do when I can't play spells? Wow, he didn't block here. How do you not block here when you can like just buy it back next turn? Not even trying to bluff blue? They're attacking. I find that odd too. Alright, well. You know, turn 8 still not found a 4th land. I don't think I'm changing anything. Yeah, maybe on the play I can do this. I don't know if there's any background noise on the website I'm working on the side, so if you hear like some weird background noise, tell me and I can turn off what I'm doing over here. We'll play first. How many times do I have to click it? Keep. Keep. Can't really not keep a quick Glenny hand. I'm actually not going to cast Glint here. As weird as that sounds. Like, they could have Fatal Push. I just want to try to gimp them fairly early. Just don't want to give up this Glint to Fatal Push just early in the game. We'll have to take the Doomfall. We don't care too much about that. I'm going to play this one. The heck? What? Something messed up over here. Alright. Kicked a Josu and he couldn't win in Limited? That's crazy. Well, this guarantee gives me a card. The other thing does not guarantee to get me a card, so. Doesn't always get me a good card. Observe. It always gets me a card. I think I want to play this one. Maybe cast down one of these depending on what they play next turn. Okay, our opponent just conceded to this? What? Alright, that is definitely a premature concession. We'll take it, though. Sorry. It's probably the best hand we've had, but we can't keep it. We can keep this hand, even though it's like pretty miserable. Yeah, we can keep this hand. Yeah, we can keep it, especially when they're mulliganing, I think. I guess that's a pretty easy keep, but we need lands. They also put on top. They're playing burn. Pretty good mulligan, don't they? I guess we'll stop on their turn and kill this. We've drawn mono lands now. It's not a bad draw depending on their hand. So how's everybody's not? Can handle the fire. Good chance we're dead. Tilt. I kind of don't want to choop that. I guess it's fine to choop it though, because if they have Glorybringer, we still get to kill Chandra. We don't win the race, but we get to kill Chandra, and that's something. They have something like Goblin Chain World. Oh, okay, well, great. Well, we have like 7 answers to that in the main deck, so we're just going to have to hope we hit one. I think I want to block here too. Oh wow. It's not going to let me block with this deck? Why do I find that insane? I guess he has a shock? It's the only way that makes any sense at all, right? And then it doesn't make a lot of sense because I obviously have to have like a million answers to that card in my deck. So he's like taking a pretty hard gambit here, I think. Alright, well. Just didn't have it, I guess. I feel like he's just attack for 5 if you don't have it. You're winning by 1,000,000. Like, the game's not even close. You're so far ahead when you have Hazard. Yellow hat hooked. Guess who can attack? This guy. Well, we have to take it. So now we're down to just contempts. Think we can concede at this point? I don't think we can win now. Maybe if we draw like contempt, then he like bricks, we can win, but... The 9th land in 13 cards ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna try those again. Can we get rid of the X1s and the Karns like I did last time? I just don't think they're good enough. Our opponent mulliganed to 5 that game too, and still just like easily beat us. Were they on the player to draw? I don't remember. They're on the play. We'll play this one first, because if he has a shock, I'd rather him kill this one than this one. Because this one's better versus his murder boats and friends. Could have doomfalled his hand there, but I don't think it's necessary when he's on 3. I'll probably do it this turn. If he plays like a chain whirler or something, I'd also be willing to just like fatal push this, then doomfall the ground and attack for another 6. All depends on what he plays this turn. Alright, well, that answers that question. Looks like we're going to the hand. So, Murder Boat, Glorybringer, and Chain Whirler. We have answers to the Glorybringer, so I guess we'll take this one. Guess they drew a land for their turn. Land? That is not our land. Unfortunate. Guess I could cycle looking for a cast down, but that's a good one. We know the last two cards in their hand. And we just friggin' lose again. Like, this game was practically over, and then we just don't get to play our lands. Fun. Or don't get to play our 5-drop. Can't leave both of them on defense, because he's just got a Glorybringer we know about anyway. Give him at least an excuse to exert. Is he trying to be cute and not play his Glorybringer? What the hell? You're so far ahead, opponent. Why are you just not casting Glorybringer? Well, we officially have a chance, I guess. Don't mind to trade one of these for one of these. Like, we were like in super bad shape if he just attacked, or played this and attacked. He's drawing, like, hot gas every turn, though. Alright, I guess we still just lose. I think opponent made a lot of bad mistakes and still just wins. In fact, I think we're close to no outs now. I think we're close to no outs. Hey, Juka. Oh, look. It's a Glorybringer that gets to make my Dombringer smaller. Nope. I guess we could draw Contempt for the Phoenix and still be playing. Certainly not that spell. Might as well attack with this. It does absolutely nothing. I just like pressing the button. Oh wow, it's going to do a lot more than I thought it was going to do. It's going to kill something. JK, didn't kill anything. Why would he even make this play if we have... We could kill the Pia now? I just don't know why you don't throw the Soskar Mage in front of it as well. And play around a removal spell. I guess that doesn't do anything. I take that back. That's just me being silly. Should have killed the Pia. I wasn't thinking, but the game's over, so it doesn't matter. We have to draw multiple runners now. Like, pretty close to just conceding this turn. I guess I won't concede because I'm streaming. We're at like a 2 or 3%er though, and honestly, it's not worth my time. Might be on 0% even. Not actually done the math. We might physically be on 0%. Okay, 100% on 0%. Well, we've lost to red black twice, and I'm pretty sure that's a kind of a bad match for us. Though I do think this build's like a little slanted in a way to like be better versus them, but I don't know. I picked the wrong deck every night. Like I played a deck yesterday. Like every time I pick a deck, I'm like, I'm picking this deck because I want to beat what I saw yesterday, and it's just like a completely different set of decks every day. Like I feel like we're a favorite versus mono red, which has been the majority of the decks we've been getting paired versus. So it's like every time I try to play a deck that beats mono red, we just don't get paired versus very many mono red. It's your birthday? Happy birthday. Pretty sure you told me that already and I forgot. Because I'm not a brat man. I'm not a brat fellow. Maybe this deck's just bad if it can't beat the red decks. I'd consider playing that at some point. Congratulations. I'm turning 18. Yeah, I forget whose list that is. I think that's Eric Hawkins' list. God, approach is so bad, though. It can't beat the red decks, and every single day I'm getting paired versus 3+ red decks. Like, every single day, 60% of my matches are red decks. And I can't play approach of that if they're going to be like that. I'm just asking to lose. I sure don't. I don't even come close. I don't think standard blows. Like, I can play decks that are good versus red. But every time I play a deck that's good versus red, I get paired versus, like, 3 blue-black midrange that day and 2 GPGs. It's honestly like there's somebody on the other end of the computer pointing and laughing and specifically picking opponents that I can't win. I think it should be banned, but I don't think it will be banned. I've made jokes saying that it's 100% banned, but like, I don't actually think it will be banned. I think they're making a large mistake if they don't ban it. I don't think it's too powerful for standard. I think it affects deck construction so much that it's just not a fun Magic card to have in a format. I got a feeling that they're either going to like unban Green Sun Zenith or unban Stoneforge Mystic as well. And I think there might be no other changes other than that. They might slip like a vintage restriction in. They might restrict paradoxical or paradoxical outcome maybe. What I would like to see happen, I would like to see Chain Whirler banned. I would like to see Ancient Stirrings banned. No, Juka. He's speculating. He's asking if I think it'll be. I would like to see Mox Opal banned. I'd like to see Stoneforge Mystic unbanned. I'd like to see, when we get to Legacy, I think I'd like to see Deathrite Shaman banned. Yeah, I think Deathrite Shaman banned. I also feel like if you're banning Deathrite Shaman, you should probably ban, as bad as I hate to say it, I feel like you should probably ban Dark Deaths too. Because I think Grixis is one of the things that keeps lands in check. I think lands can just like beat up on a lot of the other decks. We'll keep. And I think they should restrict both Shops and Paradoxical Outcome in Vintage. I don't think they're going to do all that. That's what I would like to see. But I would ban and unban cards a little bit more freely than Wizards of the Coast. I wouldn't be afraid to make a mistake on my ban list. I might unban Splinter Twin as well. If I'm going to unban Stoneforge Mystic and consider unbanning Green Sun Zenith, I think I would... God damn it. I think I would just unban the other card as well. Did you guys just hear me cuss when I got paired versus yet another red-black deck? Another deck that I just don't think this deck can beat? 3 of them in one league? It honestly feels like somebody sitting on the other side of the computer laughing and picking what I play versus. Oh, I apologize. It is not red-black, so I guess we have a chance. If it's just like a Jund beatdown deck, it's the same thing as red-black, though. Like, the fact that it has green's irrelevant. Thank you for wasting several extra seconds of our time. Hey, Karn, thanks for drawing us a land. Well, at least they can't kill it. I guess that's not true. They could have Never. Keep forgetting that Never's a played Magic card right now because it wasn't played for like a million years. So they can't cast down this, which is nice. They could Murder Boat it maybe. They could Contempt it, but then they can't Contempt this, so. Not a history. History is what we really needed there. I don't really want either of those. And this is kind of what I was talking about. If they're playing like this type of deck, it's irrelevant that they have green in their deck. Like, we still probably just struggle very hard to beat it. We did get Carnage Tyrant before he cast it, though, so at least that's nice. The fuck? So annoying. That's such a tilt. Hey, we get a Knight of Grace. It's actually a really good hit. It's our turn to get slightly lucky. It's not a super good hit because they already have the abrade, and like I still can't block. Because if I block, they just abrade the troops in response. But well, we know their whole hand now. What was that other card? We can just go get another card? Sure. We can sacrifice our card to get a card if we want, and then tick that card up. Probably not worth all that. Ticking it up and it just dying doesn't seem very good either, though. Yeah, I think I'd rather just reset its loyalty. We get a land. We'll show them the land and pass turn. So even if they hit Reginald here, we can at least keep our Karn. Guess we'll keep our guy. Can do the reset loyalty trick again if we want. I don't know if that's good enough at this point. Do have currently 5 more lands than our opponent. Just shake my head no as they actually draw another 3-drop they can play. I guess we have to do this then, since they have another 3-drop. So we can get a Knight of Malice and like chump. That doesn't really seem to do any good. Does get us an extra activation out of this, but we could just take the extra activation this turn, I guess. We just drew another land. Well, we have saw 12 spells and what, 13 lands and 25 cards? Is that right? So we have 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, we've gone 25 cards deep and we're still 50% of our draw step. Over 50% of our draws total have been lands. We can't come back from this. That's a bit frustrating. So we want all of these things. Kind of want this too. Cards like this just don't seem like they do any good here. So get rid of all the fatal pushes. The Karn really didn't do anything that game, even though it was out the entire game. Karn doesn't ever do anything. Karn is not a good card unless its minus ability is super relevant. It's just a fact. It's not even a hot take, it's just an actual fact. I'm known for my sweet hot takes, but that is not a hot take. I'm definitely going to be playing that Greek system on stream. 100% going to be playing that some. I think it's fine if you're playing it in a deck that actually has artifacts and that, like, its -2 is relevant. Because, like, its +1's not bad, its -1's not bad, but if you're not getting value out of its -2, like, I think the card's just, like, bad. I guess we keep. Hand is pretty bad. Have to keep that too, even though I don't even want that card really. But I can't mulligan it. I haven't even read all of Ilm 19 yet. I read enough of Ilm 19 to know that I was disappointed with the set, and that's about it. I forgot I was drawing that Ravenous Chupacabra, and I got sad for a second when I drew it. Even though I said it there. That's the kind of life tilt I'm on right now. I like intentionally drew this card, yet I still got sad that I drew it. It's a fun way to live your life, I'm telling you, boys and gals and others. Or is it girls, gals, and none of the above? Or guys, gals, and none of the above? I don't know. I don't know the most PC way to say what I'm trying to say, so I'll stop sounding like a buffoon. I buy and sell magic cards for a living, so like, I pretty much rate every set based on EV, and I think the EV is just going to be very, very bad. I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed, especially people that are like buying their first boxes ever and stuff. At least he's using a whole card for my half a card. Dinos and glint sleeve sipheners? That's kind of weird. It'd be nice to draw, you know, spells. I fought that last game as well. So our opponent is missing a land drop, which means he has 3 spells that are none, and he's drawing 2 cards next turn. How do we contend with that? So this game is over as well. We have no outs to that. Like, I say no outs, but like maybe we just draw a 5-drop and his hand's awful. But like if his hand's even average, we cannot physically win this game. Like his hand has to actively be very bad for us to win. And we know he has a minimum of 3 spells. And he's about to have 6 spells to our none. Guess all 6 of them could be 5 drops. Could have drawn a bunch of Carnage Tyrants. That's a thing, right? It's a not reasonable thing to think, but it's a thing. It's got a block with glints. I don't want him just to trade with these. I feel like they can do better. Maybe they can't do better though, because like if he just plays a Regisaur or like a Carnage Tyrant, then I have nothing. There's that. So maybe we can still just play Lyra and he'll have nothing. Has to be our only out at this point, right? Casually taking it all. Assume he's going to have multiple removal spells and or blockers. Still just working the problem. Theoretically, this is a lethal attack, but I assume he's got a removal spell. Oh wow, he did not have a removal spell. He drew 1,000,000 cards and didn't have a removal spell. Why did he attack with these then? He drew 1,000,000 cards and didn't have a removal spell in that spot. Kind of want to bring some Fatal Pushes back in. Like how I said, we have 0% chance to win a game that we just win. Get out of my deck on the draw. Guess you can also get out of my deck. Which one of you are worse? We have the exact same number of 2 and 3 drop things, so I guess this is slightly better. Even though there's a chance that he's going to have a Murder Bolt or something. It's a keepable hand, and he's mulliganing. We still have a chance. Let's rock. They put on top. That's probably a bad sign. If you can keep 6 cards and put on top, you're probably better than the 5 we have. Or, sorry, the 7 we have. 'Cause I wanna rock and roll all night and party some of the day. That could be game. We brought in 2 extra fatal pushes to go with our cast downs to like try to beat cards like that, but as you can see, we do not have them, so we'll play this one because if we draw a history next turn, it's got the higher probability of actually being a 3-2. Or it's the only one that can be a 3-2 if we draw like a history. Also, I could have played the other one so that it couldn't be fatal pushed, but it's not the life we lead. Would really like to draw a fatal push this turn. That would make me very happy. Please, fatal push. Nope. Just another bad card that we can't sideboard out. Our opponent probably has more spells in their hand than we do, and they mulliganed. I feel like we still have to kill this, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to play these. That's right. I'm still letting him keep a card because we probably have to use our only removal spell on something better than that. And we probably have to hope we can attack that. Well, there's that. So they can't attack this turn at least. Could have played that first and tapped my mana better. I'm kind of telegraphing that I don't have Fatal Push, but this attack alone kind of telegraphs that I don't have Fatal Push. Because if I had Fatal Push, we just killed a Glint and then double attack the Chandra. He's going to double chump block here? That's mind-boggling to me. Like, is this Chandra really so good that he can double chump block and be ahead? Does he have sweepers? Or is he just going to like cast a Carnage Tyrant or something? He does have sweepers. In his million free drop dinosaur deck, he has, and Glint Sleeve Sipheners, he has friggin' sweepers. Our opponent is a physical maniac. I don't even think our deck's an aggro deck, really. I think it's like a bad mid-range deck. I didn't play anything this turn. I feel like our opponent could have Angrath, and I'm just going to play my land, I think. Is there some chance that he's got another sweeper? Because I felt like he was playing that one turn like he had a sweeper anyway. So it would make sense that he has another sweeper in his hand, like his last card being a sweeper would make sense to me. But then again, he didn't cycle it a turn when we didn't have anything in play, so that makes it make less sense. Okay, wasn't a sweeper. So if we fade one good turn here, we should be okay. That's not really fading. It's like a half fade. He chose not to play it, so I guess he had a 6-drop, or he drew a 6-drop. I guess I can't attack, can I? I need all 3 of them to can theoretically be able to chump block that thing. Even though his draws are better than ours. Like, maybe we can draw one of our 5-drops if we can block that thing. If we draw an Angel of Sanctions tonight. We're definitely looking to draw Lyras here. Oh, didn't want to sacrifice one of my guys just to kill a Chandra and then like take 6 down to 8 because he's at 21. We're nowhere close to winning that. Don't know why our opponent just stopped. Oops. Clicked the wrong button over here. Come back, opponent. You're not done beating me yet. Sorry. Yeah, well, it looks like we're going to have to wait a while to lose. We have 4 Doomfalls in our deck, too. So, we're not completely dead to a Carnage Tyrant. If he just bricks this turn, we draw one of our 4 Doomfalls, we're probably a pretty large favorite, right? Okay, opponent. Stop taking so long. It's always a little frustrating for your opponent to time out or go AFK or whatever when they're 2 turns from winning a game. He could have lost connection to the internet, he could have had a real issue or whatever, but I bet most things, or most of the time this happens, I feel like they could just spend the extra minute to kill you instead of wasting your time. So what's everybody into tonight? Since we're We're just like kind of chilling here. 22 minutes until the League of Legends matches come on. So we're like kind of in a time crunch. I'm sleepy too. Oh, good God, Sean's up. Good morning, Sean. How is the Sean fodder doing? Anaraf gave me free promo Llanowar elves in real life and won't let me return them or pay for them. The prick. Alright, opponent's back. So he actually lost connection. Start it earlier. It's not even 4 a.m. You go back to bed. You go rock you some code medicine and go back to bed. Sleep like a baby. I didn't realize our opponent's also like 13 minutes behind the clock on us. I gotta find somebody to trade me 4 lightly played Misty Rainforest so I can trade them to you. Which reminds me, I'm supposed to tell you something about that. Oh, what did your buddy say about the DS? Or whatever. Okay, that's actually good for us. That's good for us too, because there was just no way that we could ever attack. So now we just need to find a Doomfall. This Effort Hub is not a Doomfall. Where's he located? Like, is that a long drive for us? Yeah. Well, opponent drew a spell into a land. We drew a land into a deadish card. Our kingdom for a Doomfall before he draws a Regisaur. Philly? That means you have to ship them. That's not good. Well, we've now drawn 3 dead cards in a row. He's drawn 2 kind of relevant spells. We still have outs. We have 3 contempt, we have 2 contempts and 4 Doomfalls. Or we could draw another land. We also have 3 Angel of Inventions and 2 Lyras that are good here. What the hell? How did he not attack last turn if he had that? I guess he didn't want me to get the fatal push? That's insane. We get to an even state of the game and our opponent drew a relevant spell every turn in the game but one. We drew 0 relevant spells total. It's kind of a tilt. Oh well, we'll play the last round and concede as usual. How many points have we lost in a row, basically? So we're down like 800 play points this week or something? Something crazy like that? Well, his draws on average were definitely better than ours. It just shouldn't have been that lopsided. Like, you would have thought we would have got 1, maybe 2 relevant spells. Is there any good decks right now, Proto? Seems to me like right now you just play blue-black midrange or you play a chain whirler deck, or you're not trying to win. Actually, seems to me right now you just play a chain whirler deck or you're not trying to win. I don't want to play a chain whirler deck. Blue-black mid's good, but like, it can't beat GPG. It can't beat. It's not good versus snakes. It's not great versus Stompy. So like, I just get paired versus those matches. Hey, this is the best hand we've had tonight in a round that's irrelevant that we're conceding whether we win or not. I don't think it'll get banned. I think it should get banned. I don't think it will get banned. I will if I win the first game. I won't waste this time if I don't at least win the first game. I do not want them to unban Stoneforge Mystic because I only own 3. I do not feel like paying 70 for another. But that's just the greed in me. So they put the Walking Ballista in his graveyard. Yeah, like I said, our hand was very good this game. It's the best hand we've had in 5 rounds. By a lot. And it may not be good enough. But it's definitely the best hand we've had by a lot in 5 rounds. Like, they could just be playing GPG and we could still just, like, lose. Might be able to win this hand if they're GPG. I'll give them a chance to put their champion in a graveyard just because I'd rather play the history than a Ravenous. And if we get big enough on the board, because this is going to pop off this turn, and then this will pop off the turn after that, I can just hold Contempts up the next 2 turns to try to beat cards like this. But if he's got a Walking Ballista, I guess we're just dead. Oh, he has the Walking Ballista. probably just dead then. Especially if he's got a second angel. If he doesn't have a second angel, we probably still just win. You got to see Jericho win a title? That's hilarious. Nice. If they don't have a second angel, we can definitely still just win. Oh wow, he's getting a champion of wits back instead? That's oddish. Baffling. Didn't put anything good in the graveyard. He attacking for 13, so he probably needs the block. Problem is, we get to attack for 1,000,000 next turn, too. Like, how does he beat this if he doesn't have another angel? I'm not sure. Oh, he had another angel. That's our luck. So he just had another angel and he didn't discard it? Or so that means he drew it in one of the last 2 turns? I don't actually know how we win now. I don't know how we win at all. Am I supposed to just pass turn? I attack with everything. He gets some relevant blocks if he wants. That's a straight trade if he takes it. Goes down to 3, back to 7, and we still have 3 attackers. Oh, he's going to get rid of the angel. That's kind of nice. And by kind of nice, I mean, can I win? I don't know. They have 4 cards in their hand. I imagine we still just can't win. Another Jade Light Ranger? Oh no, it's another GPG. Yep, so we certainly can't win then unless like all 4 of their cards are lands. And they're certainly not lands if he's attacking. It's the 3rd angel in the top 23. Alright, we're dead. I feel like all of these seem pretty relevant here. Unlike the blue-white GPG deck, this deck's got enough stuff on the ground that you actually need removal spells. which causes issues. Causes just tons and tons of issues. I have 7 minutes until I'm supposed to leave. It's plenty enough time for him to smash. Yep. Mulligan. Alright, I guess we'll keep it. It's like pretty bad. We keep 2 random 5-drops in our 3 mana hand on a mulligan. I kinda want to put that on top, but I guess I'm going to put it on bottom because we have to have lands to even play this game. Our opponent went to 5 though, so maybe that's encouraging. They went to 5 and had a land or elf. I think I'd rather play history than not. Great. So about 10 minutes after stream, I'll be posting a mono green ish stompy deck, or again we just like don't win any matches because that's our favorite thing to do. I kind of just want to bash on this, but I guess I won't. So I'll just play another creature that can attack a little bit better next turn. Don't want to waste my entire turn playing a Vraska's Contempt when I think it's just too easy for them to have a Spell Pierce or a Negate. Or even a Blossoming Defense potentially, but I would expect the blue cards. Land one time? There's a land. I think I'm going to attack with everything on the ground. I don't think I care about putting champions in his graveyard now. Hey, Rudolph. Did you enjoy it? Because I absolutely love it. Like, Mana Traders is my bae. Put a big flyer out. Hope it resolves. It's fairly competitive, especially if you play the competitive leagues. Like, not all the players are tier 1 or anything, but overall it feels like most of the people play relatively good decks. Sometimes you get some like kind of brews, like our opponent right now is playing, like tonight we've played versus Red Black Aggro. We got played versus Jund, which, I mean, it's like a tier 3 deck or a tier 2.5 deck, but like you can win with it. We're getting paired versus blue-green GPG right now, which is the same thing. Like, it's a competitive enough deck that you can win with it, but like it's not the top of the meta. And I don't remember the other thing. When you play friendly leagues, there's a little bit more of the fun deck and a little bit more of the newer player. But like they're not that bad. So unless he's got a Walking Ballista, I'm not sure. So it's like, even if he's got a Walking Ballista Angel, I think he's dead. Alright, so now we gotta tell our opponent we're going to concede. Yo, opponent, homie. They might not know what that means. So we'll tell our opponent that we're gonna pick them up if we get in the situation where we're about to win. Hopefully he sees that, because I feel like trash when actually, I don't think these cards are particularly good here. I feel like trash when we win a match like that. I just don't want to win matches like that. And I don't like anything in our sideboard better than that, though, so. Yeah, it definitely costs money on a regular basis. But, it definitely takes a while to get used to. I would rate MTGO like higher than like most people's Friday, and not all people. I would rate it higher than most people's Friday Night Magics, but like lower than most people's Pro Tour qualifiers. So like, it's not like day 2 of a Grand Prix or day 2 of an SCG Open or anything, but like, it's not particularly soft either. It's a good place to learn. We just put one of those on the bottom, I think. Do we sideboard one out, or do we bring it back in? Okay, we brought it back in this game. Might not have another land. Alright, well. They get a GPG, so we know where that one's going. They hit a blue land, that's not good for us. Oh, that's really not good for us. I guess I would rather use this one. Should have attacked first, that was a slight play mistake. Yeah, that sucks, bub. I'm sorry to hear that. It is fun, though. If you can ever get to a spot where you think it's reasonable to afford in whatever situation you happen to be in. Alright, deck. You can do it. Land us. That's just not another land. Just another not land. Guess we're just pressing the button here. I guess we could have held these on defense, but I feel like the go is basically just to hit things and run with it. Would have loved to have been able to Doomfall his hand that turn. So at this point, I assume we just don't have an out. I don't think we can win a lone game either, though. Like, I think we're 100% dead in a lone game. And we're only like 90% dead in like a medium game. That was my opinion, Proto. I just thought we were 100% dead one way and like very, very, very close to dead the other way, but like maybe some miracle if they just didn't have anything else. But we'll hold back now, for sure. Because they actually don't have anything else. It appears we actually have a chance. Is he going to block it with everything? I'd be in for that. I would certainly trade my thing for like 3 of your things. Is that the land we just saw? I think that's a different land. Okay, never mind. This is the land we just saw. No, don't draw a GPG. JK, it's worse. I wish you'd drawn the GPG. Why, opponent? Why could you not have the GPG? We don't gain the life here, but I think we have to get this off the board. We're like 1 turn away from actually having a relevant chance if our opponent doesn't have much. Also, we're dead on board, by the way. We were dead on board either way. Because if we let him get the counter, we're just dead on board too. If he attacks first, I guess. Nope. I do not usually. So I wasn't really looking at my life total. So if I killed this and he had nothing, he hit a land, he'd get 2 counters. Then he could kill this. So yeah, I was just dead on board either way. Because it's 6 damage either way. Right? 3, 4, 5. Nope, it's just 5 damage that way, isn't it? Yeah, I would have got another turn. I don't think another turn does anything, though. See, another turn would have let us contempt this and, like, still just die to the walking ballista. Yeah, we didn't have any out, even though we did leave ourselves dead on board. I did not realize I was at 4 life. If this hand's that bad, maybe attacking earlier was just, like, really, really, really bad. Anyway, no time to stress about it. Did not enjoy this deck. It seemed like pretty mediocre, and we're 6 minutes late, so we're going to go ahead and host somebody and hop out of here. When I play completely tier 1 decks, Rudolph, I seem to do okay, but like I don't play tier 1 decks very often because I don't find it fun. I like to play things like this. I would rather play a deck like this than just like load up blue-black or Esper every league. Though I do play blue, black, and Esper in some leagues because people request them and stuff, but like I try to avoid the tier 1 decks as much as I can. Fair enough, sometimes winning is fun, but I feel like people that are watching streams seem to like to watch casual decks more than they like to watch competitive decks because there's always somebody streaming a competitive deck. Hope you do well, noob. You know, like you can tune in every day and watch somebody like Misplaced Ginger play blue-black, or you can tune in most days and watch somebody like Jabberwocky or Autumn Lily or like Matthew Folks like play real decks. So it feels like I just like to play my little fun decks and like to try to carve out my little niche. Anyway, thank you guys so much for stopping by. And we're going to hop off here and go watch our League of Legends match. For anybody who likes League of Legends, keep in mind that the second match tonight is an SKT match, so that's really sweet. And I think Kingston's in the first match. Hope you do well. Hope you do well, noob. I'm skipping mine because I'm too lazy to travel. Anyway, take care, everybody.